Imagine keeping your kids blissfully unaware as to why you are low contact with their grandparents for over 13 years, and then poof, overnight, your college-age kid now has those same grandparents commenting on her social media. Things like, oh my gosh, we haven't seen you since you were little. Our door is always open. Come visit anytime. Now you're wondering, oh my gosh, do we have to reveal everything to our college kid, or do we just let her maybe visit blindly? Like, what do we do? So this is Tracy's story. She does have a pretty serious situation, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. I'll share my 2 cents after I read her note to us. For 13 years, we've kept extremely low contact with my in-laws. They live clear across the country. We haven't seen them in those 13 years. The last time our kids were with them, they were in preschool. Today, our oldest, Serena, is a college freshman. We've shielded the kids as to why we went low contact, but here it is. My father-in-law, Harold, is a combat veteran with severe PTSD. The house is packed with firearms, and years ago, he woke up disoriented during the night, didn't recognize my mother-in-law, and almost harmed her. After that, we agreed no more overnights and eventually hardly any contact to keep our kids safe. Fast forward to now, Serena, our college freshman, launched a photography page and my in-laws found it. They have been commenting things like, haven't seen you since you were little, our home is always open, come visit anytime. Serena's confused because we never painted her grandparents as villains, so none of this makes sense to her. I don't want to poison her with every reason why we stayed away, yet I can't let her walk into a house full of guns and untreated PTSD without context. How much do we tell her, and do we lay out the whole story, or just let this play out and hope she figures it out on her own? Thank you so much, Tracy. Whoo, Tracy. This is a moment, like even if it's not about estrangement, it's the moment that every parent dreads when we realize that we can't keep our kids wrapped in bubble wrap anymore, and that like the adult mess is going to come in on them and just kind of taint their little world and make them lose their innocence. It's such a crummy feeling, but I want you to know that you and your husband did such a good job by keeping them safe, but also keeping them protected so they had a childhood. They didn't carry this heaviness, this burden all throughout their childhood, and she's just now going to realize, the story behind this estrangement or this low contact type of relationship. Basically, I would use age-appropriate disclosure, but what you put in your email to us, I think that's perfect right there. Like, I would just explain what you said in your email. Father-in-law, or your grandpa is a combat vet, severe untreated PTSD, house is packed with firearms, all that stuff. So I would just list out what you said there, and then I would tell her, we obviously support you as an adult. If you choose to have a relationship with them, that is on you. Like, you are your own person. And then if it was my kid, I would add this. Like, one thing that would make me feel so much better if you do choose to visit, and you can do this or not, but I would meet them during the day at a neutral place, like a restaurant or something, just to know that you're not around all those guns, because I have no idea how they are, how they've aged, whatever. That would make me feel better as your mom, but obviously it's up to you. And then you have to let her make her own decision as an adult. So that's kind of how I would do it. I don't have personal experience, like a lot of experience with combat untreated PTSD. So if you guys do, anyone in your family, or if you have any insight or perspective that you could add to this, that would be great. But I definitely think you do need to tell her exactly what's going on, why you went low contact, the dangers that could be waiting for her at the house. Encourage her with, a little mom note, like, this would help me, but obviously, you're an adult. That's what I would do. So yeah, I think you did do a really good job. It would have been very hard to make that decision based on the fact that your father-in-law wouldn't get help. That's just absolutely tragic. So thank you so much for trusting us with your story, and I hope you get a lot of help from the comments.